Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, it's our favorite day of the week, Hot Monday. And Wendy's heating it up with all the juiciest hot topics. And we've got the Grammys covered. See who rocked their look best. Our all-star fashion panel picks the red carpet winners and losers. Plus, we're getting million-dollar dating advice from America's favorite matchmaker, Patty Stanger. Now, here's Wendy.
So good. So nice. Yeah. Woo! Thank you for watching today. My co-host, my studio audience, give it up. Oh, good. A lot to talk about, so let's get started. It's time for... Come on! Nothing says girl like crinoline under your twirl. Did you have a nice weekend? So did I, because there were so many hot topics I wanted it to end. I mean, Rosie O'Donnell's leaving The View and getting a divorce. Bruce crashed by accident and killed someone. Brian Williams stepped down temporarily. And finally, I wore a turban to the mall and broke the internet. Now look, there's Wendy here on the show, and then there's Wendy in real life in Jersey, who is on her way to the department store, and then I was going to have lunch upstairs at the department store with a friend. It's just a turban. I put it on Instagram, and by the way, nobody at the mall looked at me crazy. Maybe that's because it was like 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon when only baddie broads like me are in the mall anyway. You know what I mean? But I put it on my Instagram, and there were a few people who loved it, but the people who didn't like it, they were like, why are you driving with a chandelier on? What are you doing? I call it bag lady chic. That's it. Or baddie lady chic. Anyway, did you watch the Grammys last night? Yeah! Listen. I can't sit in front of TV that long watching one thing. It was almost 4 hours, but I was in and out, and what I saw, I really enjoyed. I don't recall intentionally walking out of the room on anybody except for that lady with the white triangle hair, Sia. I liked the song, but not the look so much, like she running around and being crazy. Congratulations to Sam Smith, who's a big winner. He won 4 Grammys, including Best New Artist. I don't feel as though he was robbed. I feel as though it's nice that we're finally giving awards to new people. You know? Yeah. While I thought Madonna looked terrible on the red carpet, we'll talk about that later. She did perform, and I thought the performance was terrific. Really. You know, she's 56 years old. Will she ever stop doing provocative things? Probably not. Am I over it? Over it? Yeah, because she's done it for so long, it's like tiring to even criticize her. She put on a great performance. Yeah, and I like the song, Kanye West wasn't happy as usual with the winner of the Album of the Year. You know, Beck beat out Beyonce, and Kanye stormed the stage. Now, I must not lie to you. Listen, I have no idea who a Beck is. But let me tell you something. Apparently, I'm the only one. Because he... Oh, wow, you were my people! Yes! Yes! Yeah, thank you. Here's the thing. Sometimes when I don't know something, you know, trying to be cool, I might say I know it, but I let that go. At my 50th birthday mark, from now on, if I don't know it, I'm gonna just tell you, and then you enlighten me so I know. I did not know who that man was. David Perla, my executive producer, he pulls out his phone this morning and starts running through Beck songs. Do you know this song? Do you know this song? Do you know this song? Because Perla's a huge Beck fan. And I'm like, no, Perla, I don't know who this man is. And it doesn't even really matter. The point is that we're letting new people win. And by a show of clapation, who else does not know who Beck is? Oh, love it. See, I'm not the only one. Well, he won, so good for him. After the show, Kanye also let it be known that he wasn't kidding by running up there on stage. Just take a look at him. But before I roll this, I want you to look at Kim K's body language and stuff. Apparently, this is the first time that she's watched him like melt down in front of a camera, in front of us, and she's clearly forcing herself to continue to smile. Just watch.
The Grammys, if they want real artists to keep coming back, they need to stop playing with us. We ain't finna play with them no more. Flawless, Beyonce video. And Beck needs to respect artistry, and he should have given his award to Beyonce. And at this point, we tired of it. Because what happens is, when you keep on diminishing art and not respecting the craft and smacking people in the face after they deliver monumental feats in music, you're disrespectful to inspiration.
My observation is that he's showing almost as much cleavage as his wife. You know, Kanye, you are a madman, and every time you open that mouth, you prove it. I feel so sorry for Kim and North. Oh, Kanye. Anyway, we're gonna be breaking down all the red carpet hits and misses later on with our fashion panel of experts. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Because I have my favorite dress on the red carpet, and you'd be surprised at what I'm gonna tell you. Anyway, and I was so shocked to hear about Rosie. Did you know that she's leaving The View, or the whole weekend went by, you didn't know? And did you know that in the same deliverance of her leaving The View, she also delivered that she's divorcing? Or separating? They've been separated since September, or November. She and Michelle, is her name? Yeah, she and Michelle. Rosie said that she's leaving at the end of the week to deal with health problems and personal issues. Well, you know, she's already had a heart attack and she's lost a significant amount of weight, but her doctors allegedly are telling her, look, the stress, you know, something has got to give, the stress. So, I mean, this is a rich lady's problem because most of us have to suck it up and deal with the stress of the, you know what I mean? I mean, but I feel as though The View is a sinking ship. And I've been trying to hold my tongue on it just to see what's going to happen, but Rosie's leaving. When Rosie got there, you know, originally back in September, they basically rolled out the red carpet for Rosie and say, you know, you make this what you want. They were firing people and hiring people that Rosie wanted there and doing all of these things that never really worked. And the last time I watched The View, which was Wendy last week, I saw Mario Cantone sitting at the judge's seat, you know, where Whoopi sits. And I'm just like, all right, I'm done. It's bad enough to have men there, but when they sit in the orchestrator's chair, then that's really bad. And I sat for a while and I said, you know what? It's a very comfortable show to watch, and I really do enjoy watching The View, and I especially like that it takes place here in New York, and you know, they talk about a lot of different issues. I said, you know, I'm willing to let Mario go on there. It was the day that our friend Joy Behar was on. And so, you know, Mario and Joy are friends in real life, and they had this chemistry together. And Rosie was there, and I think maybe Whoopi was back, and I said, I could deal with this View. But now with Rosie leaving or getting kicked out, I don't know, who should replace Rosie O'Donnell? No one? Just cancel the show? Clap if the show should just be canceled. Leaving a job is hard enough, but getting a divorce and leaving a job at the same time has got to be awful. Hopefully, though, Rosie's going to take some time to reconnect with Michelle. They have 5 children. Yeah, not together. Rosie had some, and then I think she and Michelle had 1. Yeah, they adopted 1. But they have a lot of children, and Rosie's still young. She's 52. She's allowed to have her happiness. So if it doesn't work out, that's what divorce is there for. But regarding The View, I think that The View should be canceled after one more try. And here's the try. You crawl to Joy Behar, and you bring her back. Plop something on Barbara's head and push her out there and give her the teleprompter. Because the older she gets, the nastier she gets, and that's fun to look at through TV. So bring back Barbara. Beg Whoopi to stay. And finally, crawl and offer a muffin basket and an invitation back to Star Jones. That's it. That's it. Right? And listen, and we, the watching public, will forgive you because we know that people make mistakes all the time. Sometimes you get a divorce and then you get remarried to the same person because you made a mistake. You know, sometimes you leave a job a little too soon, then you find out the company's wildly successful and you missed out on something. Sometimes you throw the baby out with the bathwater. I am not ready for The View to go away. I need the lineup to be, though, what I said. Yeah, yeah. All right. This Bruce car accident thing, just horrible. The Pacific Coast Highway is what he was driving on, and apparently that's the main highway that goes to the Boo. That's what they call Malibu out there, the Boo. And there's no traffic lights or anything, right? You just careen and speed. It's a highway, like our turnpike, Jersey. Except without the tolls and the potholes. Okay. This is very serious. He was involved in a horrific car accident this weekend. He apparently wasn't injured because he was shown standing outside of his vehicle. At first, it was thought that the paparazzi were to blame for the accident. You know how they like to chase stars down and make stars want to drive faster. Investigators thought that Bruce might have been texting even. But now they think it might have been that he was smoking the cigarette that he had, you know, hanging from his fingers before he crashed. And what happened was he was driving his Cadillac Escalade, and he had a tow hitch to it with some of those all-terrain vehicles. I guess he was, you know, going to go dune buggying or something. And he hit the back of a woman driving a Lexus, and she careened into oncoming traffic. And she died. And then there was something about a Prius being involved as well. I don't believe that Bruce is going to jail over this, you know, especially, well, maybe if he was found texting, but it was probably just a smoking thing. And they say that the Prius slammed on its brakes to make an illegal U-turn, to turn back around. So, you know, the investigation is still ongoing. Bruce has so much to deal with. This is the last thing that he needs in his life. And, you know, Bruce, stay off social media, though. I thought it was highly inappropriate. I understand that your thoughts and prayers are going out to the family of the woman that was in the Lexus, but there's something cheesy and seedy and squarmy and Kardashian about you being on social media at this particular point, you know? All right, so we'll be following that story for you. By the way, two things that I watched this weekend. One I hadn't seen in years. I watched a marathon of The Flying Nun. It was so good. It's on this channel I never heard of. It's called Antenna Channel. It's like way up in the 200s. I normally don't even get up that high on the TV because I get a nosebleed and I don't really know those shows. And then also, I watched for the very first time in my life A Girlfriend's Guide to Divorce. What a good show! Oh my gosh! Okay, anyway, back to Hot Topics, okay. So Jennifer Lopez, oh God, it's time for a Who You Doing? Hit it. Who you doing? Jennifer was spotted out. See, this is normal though now to me, so I'm not shocked, but I'll play shocked. Jennifer was spotted out with Casper Smart the other night. I guess they were role playing. She playing an 18-year-old crossing the college campus, and he playing Benjamin Button. And both of them looking extremely startled that we caught them. Apparently, they were on their way to a little set, not a huge party, but a set, where Queen Latifah was gonna be performing, and you know, some other people, a small dark room, you know, just, I guess, a chill place to creep with your ex. But you remember when Jennifer was here, and I asked her when she was in the hot seat, I said, have you ever hooked up? Do we have that footage? All right, we'll just play that, it shows it better. Have you ever hooked up with an ex after publicly breaking up?
Yeah.
If so,
and not once, a few times.
Okay. Well, this is what we said here at the show. Sometimes you don't want them back for a keeper, but when you want to have the sex, you go someplace.
When you have the sex, you're familiar with.
Good for her. At least we know she's still getting her some. Why should she have to suffer? So, as we all know, Bobby Christina is fighting for her life. And her dad, Bobby Brown, celebrated his birthday this past Friday. And reportedly, Bobby is praying for a miracle and is refusing to take her off of life support. No word on any improvement on this young lady's state of health right now. The investigators are still looking to Bobby Christina's boyfriend, Nick Gordon, for some answers. As we all have found out, they were never legally married. So he is the boyfriend, but he was not there at the house. Allegedly, he had to be, she called him while she was, I guess going through something. And then he came to the house and he had a friend with him, and that's when he found her. So the police are looking at Nick. But the police are, and I don't know whether you heard this new detail to the story, they also want an explanation from somebody regarding suspicious marks found on her body. That's all I can tell you. It's just all very sad. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the entire family. So I'm really excited to tell you about a great product. You might have seen it yourself, because I had seen it also. You know how we love celebs with the hourglass figures, and we love, in real life, a girl whose waist goes in and her booty pops out, like Kim and Amber Rose, and some of you girls watching right now, you got this thing going on. That we love that, but there's this new product, everybody, that we regular girls now can get in on the thin waist thing too. It's called look, it's called waist cinchers. The stars are wearing them. What you do is you put it around your waist, and they're supposed to help reduce belly fat for both men and women. And you can get one of your very own. Just call 1-800-CINCHERS or go to 1-800-CINCHERS.com, 1-800-CINCHERS.com. Guess what, studio audience? With a $50 gift card for your waist cincher. And at-home viewers, get in on the deal. Just go to 1-800-CINCHERS.com and put in the code Wendy, and they'll give you 20% off your waist cincher. The deal ends February 28th, so make sure you get yours. And thank you, 1-800-WaistCinchers.com.